Hey, what's up, guys? Back with another stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. An interesting new plan here. I purchased myself a B1900D the other day, and it's in British Columbia, and I got to get its ass from British Columbia to LaGuardia. So it's about 2,000 miles. I actually flew a little bit yesterday, a little bit west, just one little hop, about 140 miles. But now we're going to take about a 180-mile cruise, well, just about south, I guess southeast, to get us a little bit closer. I'm trying to pick up some jobs along the way, and I've got to get down to lower latitude in the States, so it should be fun. But I appreciate you guys joining me for the excursion. Another thing, another plan, as Donovan said, and so it begins. It does begin. So anyway, wishing you guys a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate. All the best to you. Hope you and your family are having a wonderful holiday time. Dressed up in the Santa livery on the B1900D. Get a little closer to that so you can see. The Santa livery. It's fun putting that together. And we're going to go cold and dark today. An attempt to cold and dark. The last time I did cold and dark, I had a glitch with the plane. Lost all the fuel in my left tank, and both engines failed. I ended up crashing. So hopefully that won't happen this time. We shall see, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen this time. We'll go through the starting procedure that I have, and hopefully everything will be just fine. So as I get a notice from Windows to update, which is not a good time to update Windows. Anyway, let's go over where we are here. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it was a labor of love. Fun to do, though, for sure. But I learned a lot about livery creation. I think I mentioned it before. Putting that wreath on the tail was like, it took me like an hour and a half to do that, because you had to slice it on a diagonal to put it. Oh, it was a bear. But anyway, anybody that has done any livery painting knows what I'm talking about. So, in any event, let's take a look at where we're going here. Before we do that, let me just get to. All right, here we go. So, trip today is going to be from Grand Prairie Airport. I'm not going to LaGuardia. LaGuardia is a total of about 2,000 miles. Oh, yeah, 2,000 miles, 1,993 miles. But we're going here today, which is Drayton Valley Industrial. Okay, so I found a job I had another job that got taken, unfortunately. We're going to go here. We got 16 passengers, $4,300. We'll make some gas money and then some. Cover the cost of the plane. Let me take a look at the plane here. I bought it for $1.1 million, which is actually a really good price, because if you look at some of the other Beechcrafts that are for sale, well, there's one I could have picked up in Germany. It's probably a bank sale. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, bank. See, the bank is like, the bank gets, if you ever want to buy one of these, wait for a bank sale, because they're usually around $1 million or $1.1 million around there, and all these other ones that are private sales are like $1.4 million, $1.5 million. So the secret to buying a B1900D is a lot of them come up on bank sale, and I bought mine, as I said, for where is it? $1.1 million, which I thought was a pretty damn good deal. This is I sold the King Air C90 to John Fly for $800,000, and I put that money into this plane. So now I got my two planes. I got the Beechcraft, the Beech 1900D, and I got the Cirrus SR20, which I promise I'm going to fly next, because I actually flying that a little bit yesterday, and I really miss flying it. So I've been doing a lot of commercial flying with the Beechcraft, and I want to get that back to the Cirrus. So anyway, so that's that. So we're going to take these passengers, these 16, where is it, 16 passengers? Oh, I could have done, oh, that's a little bit less money. I wanted to do this one here, CYXD, But this airport is basically a defunct airport, so it's not an X-plane. Because that's one of the problems with FSE. Their database is really old, and a lot of these airports are defunct. So I found this one, and this one will work fine. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Drayton Valley Industrial. All right, so that's the plan. Before I start, though, make sure you check out VR Aviators Group. If you're on Facebook, go to Facebook and type in VR Aviators Group. Look for this logo and sign up. You get to answer 3 simple questions. What kind of flight sim you're into, what headset are you into, and have you ever flown in VR? Real simple. Just designed to make sure we keep out the bots and the trolls. So once you do that, you'll join the other 393 members, or become the 394th member of the VRAG, the VR Aviators Group. Lots of great information here, people passing info and helping each other out on system questions and configuration questions. And you know, as I wrote on there today, we're kind of all breaking ground, and it's good to have multiple minds involved with that. So anyway, if you're into it, join up, and you'll be with some good people. So that's the VR Aviators Group. All right, cool. Let's get to it. So checklists are your friend. You're absolutely correct. They are your friend. But I appreciate you guys joining the stream, and let's get to it. So. All right, so we got our doors open. We're loading up the passengers. Let's get inside the plane here. All right, cold and dark. All right, let's get rid of this guy because this is a pain in the ass. All right, so everything looking good so far. Let's get to our procedures. All right, we want battery on and avionics on. So that's down here. Why do I always lose the mouse? Where's the mouse? There it is. Let's get the cover up. Oh. Why isn't my mouse? There we go. Cover up. Battery on. Avionics on. Okay, what's next? Let's see what's next. Alright, let me get this on so you guys can see this. Go to the X-plane. So you can see, and we're going to get our EFS on, so let's get the autopilot up. Come on. Oh, shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Reloading objects and scenery. I don't know, I hit the wrong thing there. Sorry, guys. Going to reload the objects and scenery. What the hell did I select there? Fat fingered it. It'd be so nice when you don't have all these different layers when we're native VR, which I have a sense is coming very soon. All right, come on, guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. One thing about X-Plane, I do love it, but it takes forever to load. And I'm using SSDs. You know, I can't imagine having a hard drive and loading it. It would take forever. All right, so let's see. That's what I want to grab this and move it down. Boom. Okay, EFS on. Okay, so that's good. I want to make sure last time I had a problem where everything wasn't synced up. So I want to make sure that that's properly done. All right, so the EFS is on. Let's get rid of that. Oh yeah, push the heading sync. I missed doing that. Push heading sync right here. Push heading sync. Okay, I pushed heading sync. So we should be good, right? All right, and let's go to... I can't answer that question, Donovan. Let me put it that way. Let's see. What did I say? Transponder on. Where's my transponder? Over here. Okay. Barometer. We're good. Alright, we gotta close the doors. We'll close the doors after. Fuel switches. Alright, so we want the fuel switches. We want to go auto, auto, aux. The standby pumps are off. Okay, so that's good. And let's see, set throttle and mixture. Well, it's not mixture, it's a conditioner. And we're ready to start both engines. So let's clear prop. We're a commercial plane, so we don't have to worry about that. So we want these on. Engine auto ignition arm. And let's start the left engine. Good to go. Start the right engine. Everything coming up good. Beautiful. Those engines are sounding good. All right, good. We're good there. Let me just see what I did here. I don't need the engine anti-ice on. I turned that on by mistake. All right, so that's good. So now we want left and right generator and the AC bus. So we want AC bus, so left and right generator on. Oops, that's not it. Come on. Close the cover. Turn on the two buses. Beautiful. And let's just see what else we got here. A rudder boost. Let's go over here. Rudder boost is on. Let's see, climate control. We want that to main cool and this to decrease. Come on, there you go. So that's good. Why do I still have a master alarm? It's funny. Alright, so let's see, climate control, boom, overspeed, we're going to assume those work. The lights, we're going to assume they work. Auto feather on. Where's my auto feather? Auto feather on. We want our pitot heat on. Generator ties closed. Where are they? Okay, they are closed. I don't know why I have a master alarm. What does that say? Oh, cabin door. That's why. Okay. Let's see. Gen ties. Prop sync. That's important. Prop sync. Alright, hopefully that'll sync up now. And alright, turn our TCAS on. Alright, we'll set our altimeter in a second. We're gonna actually, yeah, we're gonna climb to we want to be above 5,000, so I'm gonna go to 7,000. Just so, actually, let's go to 8, just so we get some nice views. Okay, we'll go to 8,000. We want our lights, so let's get our taxi lights, nav lights, beacon. We don't need the floodlight. Everything else is good. We don't need landing lights. It's the daytime. And let's see. Oh yeah, we want our flight plan. So that's a pretty simple one. So let me go to pull this guy up and menu. Delete this flight plan. Oops. Delete. All right, and go down to here, and we're just gonna. I have no GPS vectors at all. Yeah, we have no waypoints, not vectors. I'm just going straight to CER3. So we're gonna go to. Come on. C. Drayton Valley, beautiful. Yep, we want to accept. And let's move this cursor up. And we'll just activate that. Boom. Flight plans in. CDI. Alright, we're good there. So let's get this to back to that. Almost there, guys. All right, are we remembering everything? I went over the whole checklist just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Lights on, prop to taxi. Yeah, prop is at taxi. Let's go to prop to taxi. Flight plan is in. Load FSE. So FSE, we got 180 miles. Let's see, did I pull these in yet? Let me get this out of here, guys. And get back to Chrome. Alright, so we're going to pull in this job right here. Okay. Okay, we got to rent my own plane. Okay, let's go to my flight. And not a lot of money, but that's okay. 180 miles. We've got 193 gallons already. So we're gonna. We have. What do we have? 16 passengers. 180. Let's just call it 200 miles. So we're gonna need what? 105 gallons. You know, I'm just gonna put some fuel in this thing because so what, right? 300. I'm gonna use it anyway, so we'll go to 300. All right, and we're good to go there. So we got the plane. You notice, Nancy. We got the November 328 Victor Romeo. VR. All right, so that's that. And I'll just show you. We're going to. I'm loading up FSEconomy. Start flight, and when I do that, she'll say en route, so we're good to go. Beautiful. Back to the plane. Yeah, the window in window, Donovan, is actually the X plane. I took that out of there. You shouldn't see that now. When I do that, you can see what I'm actually doing in the X plane window, and that's the only, because the main window is actually the Oculus mirror, so you're seeing what I see in Oculus. But if you want to see like things like me bringing up the GPS and stuff like that, I have to bring up the X-plane. So anyway, that's just like a picture-in-picture kind of thing. All right, so we're good to go here. Just want to make sure my compass is in sync here. So. Spartan 029, and that looks like it's 029, so that looks right. That says 0, that's 029, so it looks like our compasses are all right. Alright, so let's set the autopilot. So we're good with our procedure. autopilot, so I'm going to go nav, auto select, vertical speed, and we'll climb at 1,000 feet per minute. This plane can handle it. And we are in good shape, man. We're ready to go. A little close to the. Oh, I got to close the door, so we got to take care of that. Whoa! What happened? What happened to my livery? Oh, I know what happened. My livery went away. That's weird. You know, why don't I get rid of all these AI crap? Why do I have so many AI crap? Let's change this livery to, well, let's go Air Canada for now. Gonna take a couple minutes here. Sorry, guys. All right, Air Canada, and let's see now if I can switch this back to the Santa livery. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, don't forget the doors, exactly. Don't forget the doors. So there we go. Passenger door is closing up and baggage door is closing up. Beautiful. Ready to roll, baby. All right, why do we have a master caution? Let's just check the panel. Auto feather is off? No, that's not true. DC generators. Oh, I know why. I gotta turn these guys off. I don't need those running. See, it's always an answer. What does that say? Battery charge. Alright, we're good. Everything's good. Alright, so we've got plenty of gas. And we got set to 8,000. We got seatbelts buckled. We made our announcement to the passengers, the 16 passengers. And we got a taxi to our runway. So let's get the hell out of here. All right, rock and roll, baby. I tell you, I flew a lot of flights to make the money to buy this plane without having to get a loan. A lot of flights. I made a little bit of money on that C90. I think I paid like $740 for it, and I think around 7 something. And I sold it for about 8. So I made a little money on that. And I made a little money on a Cessna that I bought. But 1.1 million is a lot to pay for this plane. But I think it's going to make good money in LaGuardia. So that's why I'm pretty psyched about it. Yeah, that yellow line. Sometimes these yellow lines don't match up with the actual white lines. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to go prop full. Let it spin up here. Takes a little bit to spin up. We want flaps to 1. We're going to have to make it about face on our GPS coordinates here, so, but we've got plenty of gas. we're good to go. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. FSEconomy is loaded. We're ready to go, so let's go. Let's just hope we don't lose the engine this time. Or both engines. Release the brakes. And rotate. Beautiful. Gear up. Flaps up. We've got positive rate. We've got a backtrack here. I gotta tell you, I really do love flying this plane. It's a lot of fun to fly. Alright. Autopilot on. Autopilot on.
Autopilot requires the Pro version.
Oh crap, I forgot about that. When I upgraded, anytime you upgrade, I just got to engage it like that manually. Oh, here we go. Are we going to have autopilot problems again now? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is the same problem I had before. Alright, I have something wrong with my procedure where the GPS is not synced up with, it thinks I'm going the other way. I don't understand that. So we got to do a complete 180. Set heading to 180.
Autopilot requires the Pro version.
Set heading to 180. Set heading to 180.
Autopilot requires the Pro version.
Alright, come on, dude. Let me figure this out. This happened the last time. This happened to me the last time. There's some step I'm missing. There is some step I'm missing. That doesn't sync up the EFS with the GPS. I'm missing some step in the startup procedure, and I can't find what the hell it is. So before I do another cold and dark, I'm going to have to figure that out. And whenever you upgrade to a new version of X-Plane, Plane Command makes you reload the key. So right now it thinks I'm on the trial version, so I have to go back, find the email with the key, and upgrade the key, which I'm going to do here while once I get things rolling here, but it's a step I always forget. So, alright, the good news is I got a magenta line to follow. The bad news is I don't have a way to follow it. For some reason, the GPS is not synced up with the compass. So it's got something to do with the way the EFS is set up, and I've got to figure out how the hell to do it. But in the meantime, hopefully, it is trying to fly a VOR. Yeah, I know. Instead of GPS, exactly. And I got to figure out why. But first, I want to get it on at least a heading. See, what I should have done is before I flew this cold and dark, I should have researched that because I had this problem before. So let me look at this again here. So and the heading bug is so damn touchy on this thing. Oops. Alright, let's go. Altitude, heading. Get that on. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not good. Is that good? Let's see. No, that's not good. Alright, so vowing that before I do another cold and dark start, that I will definitely make sure I understand how the hell to set this thing up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn the heading off. And we'll just hold altitude. I can read what the hell you're saying because I can't see. Handful of B19, so I don't know much about it. I'm sure I'll figure it out. At some point I'll figure it out. Some point I'll figure it out. But the good news is I'm holding course here, so we should be fine. I'm gonna just check this out here. Give me. Getting the manual out. Let's see, Northing. Or push. Let's see, shortcuts. Okay. Just looking for. Maybe I'm just reading the manual here, guys. Well, actually, let me see if I can. I don't think I can pull this up to this right generator. Let's see. EVGA power on. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just reading the manual here. It doesn't show me anything about. That didn't show me anything. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, I'm just reading the manual. Doesn't have anything about the EVGA system, or the autopilot, or the nav system, what to set it on. But what I'm going to basically do is, the next time I do a, I'm going to start it up with, I'm going to start the plane up already on, and I'm going to see how this thing is set up. It doesn't tell you in the manual how to set it up, and that's a problem. Alright, well, I know how to do it. Oh, here we go. Here's the EVGA manual. Alright, let's just see what we got here. Yeah, you're right. It's well, that's okay. Let's see. EFS display. Okay, well, it doesn't really tell you much. Just says these things do, but I mean what they are, but it doesn't tell you how to set them for GPS. What terrible documentation. Use the left right mouse and enter now to select which VOR is engaged. This will only work if you have a nav option selected, the autopilot, and the CDI or GPS. It's terrible documentation. I'm gonna have to hand fly. That's what I'm gonna have to do. That's okay, I'll hand fly. I got altitude on, so I'll just keep her on course. It's fine. But yeah, what I'm gonna have to do is next time I start her up, I'm gonna have to take note of how that EFS and autopilot and the nav system are set up, and then I'll just do a test run and try to mimic that, because it's aggravating to say the least. Anyway, let's hope the engines don't fail this time. Yeah, so Donovan, I didn't mean to be terse in my response. It's just that let's just say it was a fun afternoon. Man, I'm amazed. VR Aviators Group is almost at 400 people. That's pretty cool. What did we start at? Like, I started at, like, well, you named it, which was cool. Started at, like, what, a month ago? That's pretty good for a month. 400 people? It's pretty good. And I think Discord is starting to pick up too, which is really good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hand fly. Yeah, I'm excited about that, because I think, you know, a lot of people are getting value out of it, which is really good, you know. I mean, how many people have we had come into that group that, you know, basically were newbies, and they were, you know, I think they've got a lot of good information for people, which is really solid, you know. I think it's great. I mean, I learned stuff from it, from, you know, a lot of the people that come in there. There's a couple people. The one guy's been doing VR for like 5 years, that's impressive. I mean, I think I'm coming on like 2 years now, but 5 years in VR is like a long time, you know. But like I wrote this morning, I mean, I really think that, you know, all the people in that group, you know, people that are early adopters of Flight Sim VR in general, but certainly something like Flight Sim VR, because it's a little different. Like, you know, you've got VR gaming, like, you know, Super Hot and Lucky's Tale and Arizona Sunshine and all those like really fun kind of games, and that's pure gaming. Then you've got Flight Sim. And Flight Sim is different because it's like a practical, it's almost like a practical application. Yes, some people will say, oh, it's a game, okay? But it's really more, I mean, you think about it, I mean, I truly believe that there are going to be flight training companies using, they probably are already, using VR for training. It only makes sense, right? I mean, it's so much cheaper. You could do things in VR, teach people things in VR, the basics, the 101 stuff before they ever get behind the wheel of a plane, or even after they get behind the wheel of a plane, just to practice. And you know, you don't burn gas, you don't put engine time, you don't put wear and tear on an engine. You know, you can practice things like emergency landings without any danger. I mean, you think about it. The better it gets, the better it's going to be. You know, I mean, that's natural with anything. But, oh yeah, I mean, VR's been out a while. DK1 came out. Well, I want to say DK1 probably came out 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe 3 years ago, somewhere around there. But there were systems before that. They were really expensive and really archaic. But the Oculus DK1, which was Palmer Luckey's first HMD, that was, you know, around for a while, and that was more like that was basically like an SDK. It was really a kind of like a Heathkit kind of thing. Like, you really had to know what you're doing. It's almost like there's a VR headset called HTK2 that Razer sells. It's based on OSVR, which is Open Systems VR. I actually had an HTK2 for a while, and I got rid of it, and I got the Oculus. It was cool and all, but it didn't have the tracking ability that Oculus has and the library of games and stuff. But it's really for someone who wants to tinker and modify and stuff. But yeah, I mean, VR is, but really in the last year and a half, it's really blossomed, you know. But still, even still, it's early on, right? I mean, what percentage of people that fly X-plane use VR? Maybe 10%? I'm sure it's not that high now, but I believe it's going to be pretty high once native VR comes out. I think you're going to see a real jump if they can get it right. And I think they're going to get it right. But I think you're going to see a jump, especially after Christmas. A lot of people, I mean, I was watching, I don't know if you follow Marcus, he works for Pilot Edge. He has a stream every morning. I watch him a little bit. He's getting a Rift. He said it's under the tree for Christmas. He's not allowed to open it yet, but he's going to get a Rift. And actually he said he's going to contact me with some questions. But that just shows you more and more people are coming into coming into VR, and I think it's only going to get better. There was a lot of people that wanted to wait for the next generation because they thought, oh, I want the graphics to be better, I want the visuals to be better, and that's all well and good, but you could be waiting a long time. I think you're going to be waiting until 2019 for the next generation Rift and Vive. I mean, I know that you got Pimax out there, the so-called 8K headset, which is really 4K. I actually read today they got $15 million in funding, VC funding today. So they raised $4 million for their Kickstarter, and then they just raised another 15 for this for a VC fund, Chinese company. So they're going to be hitting the ground running. Now, they don't have the billions that Facebook has or the billions that HTC has. So, I'm sure HTC has a lot of intellectual property and a lot of research and development into the next gen stuff. I'm sure, they're working on it right now, which, I'm assuming is going to be either 14.4 or probably maybe 4K, a 4K display. Yeah, I think Rift and Vives. I think probably Rift more because it's cheaper, and You hope what's not vaporware? Native VR or the Pimax 8K. But I think more people are going to get Rifts because Rift's price is better. I think what's it? They have the special now, 179 or 140.59 or something like that. And the Vive is still about 500 and some odd. So, you know, I think you're going to see a lot more Rifts. Facebook is doing. They're kind of doing the cellular phone model back, you know, 5 years ago when they used to give you your cellular phone. Today you got to buy it, but now oh, someone just followed there. I think someone just followed. For some reason my alerts didn't show up. I don't know why. Not sure why they didn't show up. Let me just take a look here at something. Anyway, yeah, so I think you're going to see more Rifts sell, just because of the price. And I think, you know, what Facebook is doing with Oculus is they're trying to get headsets out there. They're trying to capture the brand, which is really smart, because even if you sell, you know, it's an end game. It's really smart because the end game here is capturing the brand, I believe. Okay, so if you're, it's like if you capture a lion's share of the market and you build brand and you build loyalty, what are you going to upgrade to? Especially, like, you think about it. So what if you they come out with a next gen Oculus Rift and you own a Rift, right? And they say to you, we'll take a trade in for your Rift, we'll give you $200 for your Rift. And oh, by the way, your new Rift is going to work with all your sensors, so you don't have to buy new sensors. You don't have to buy new touch controllers unless you want to upgrade to these new touch controllers, but the old ones will work fine. All you need to do is buy the new headset, and we'll give you like a $100 trade. Something, I don't know. What are you going to do? You're going to stay with Rift. So I think their model is really smart. They're not trying to make a lot of money on the first gen, because they believe the money is not in the hardware, the money's in the software, and I think usually it is, right? Usually the money is in the software. So get the platform out there, and then, you know, fill it with content, and that's, I think, their strategy. HTC, you know, I don't think they have the same content mind that Facebook does in Oculus. So, you know, they're probably. I remember they were trying to sell the company a couple months ago. So I don't know if they've got some issues or what, but you know, I think Oculus's strategy is pretty smart here, and you know, build that brand loyalty. Well, we're moving pretty quick, which is good. I might even feel like doing another leg, but if I do that, I'm going to have to restart this thing so I can get my GPS working properly. And I'll take note of how I have it set up. It's going to be a long flight, and the other problem is I can't use time advancement on X-Plane because it's not working right now with FlyInside. So if I want to do that, I can't do it. Alt-T and Control-T capabilities. But yeah, Donovan, if you were talking about native VR being vaporware, I don't think it's vaporware. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be an evolution. all the capabilities that you're going to want may not be there with the first release. But I think over time, as they get customer feedback, you know, I think they'll, you know, Laminar tends to listen to people, so I think that they'll, you know, probably they'll do the right thing, and I think they'll improve, which is what you want them to do, right? Oh, that new headset out of China. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? So they don't have a good track record. The Pimax 4K came out, and it really had no legs to it. You know, I was going to buy one, and I watched a couple of reviews, and I'm like, I'm not buying that. First of all, they said it was 4K, and it wasn't really 4K. Now this one they come out with, they call it 8K, but it's actually two 4K displays, one per eye. Well, that's not 8K, right? So right there, that bothers me, that they're not representing the product properly. And then I saw in a review by Linus Tech Tips. And he said he was getting nauseous with it. He did say that the field of view is incredible. It's like almost 180 degrees, which is really good. I like that about it. But, you know, why do I need to, especially now that they got 15 million, right? So why do I have to kickstart that product? Right? They got 50, you know, why do I this is what I don't understand. This is a company that had a product out already. They sold that product. Why do they want people, I mean, I understand why they're doing that, but this whole idea of kickstarting a company that's got existing platforms, I don't dig that at all. And now they turn around and they get 15 million. I would be pissed if I kickstarted that. It's like now I gave them my money, and then they go and they get another 15 million. Why do they need my money to build that thing? Anyway, I don't think it's going to be vaporware. I just don't think it's going to it may not live up to the hype, you know? I mean, I could be wrong, and you know, if anything, it pushes the other manufacturers. I think it pushes the other manufacturers to do something, unless they think they're a joke, but it pushes the other manufacturers to improve, right? And that's what we want. We want improvement. I mean, this, you know, the CV1, the Rift CV1, was a great improvement over the first one. And you know, Vive was an improvement over the first release of VR. So, as long as we continue to make, you know, forward strides, I think we're in a good place, you know. I'm so happy I got into it. Even though I paid full price for my Vive, I think I paid $800 for everything I got. And I bought, what did I pay? $600 for the headset and $200 for the touch controllers. And I bought an extra sensor, so that was another $80. So $880. Now you can get everything I got for like $400 with the third sensor. It's like what, $450 or something, $479 or whatever. That's alright. I don't care. I'm happy I did it because I had it all those months before everybody else, and I got a lot of use out of it. And I learned a lot about it. Alright, so let's see how far we got here. We got another 60 miles. Going at a good clip, though. Yeah, I gotta tell you, the instructions for this plane are terrible. But I will figure it out. In fact, the other day I was flying, and all of a sudden, GPS information showed up on the compass area there, the display there, and the PFD, I guess it is. And then the next time I flew, it wasn't there. And I was like, okay, what did I do? What button did I press? But like I said, the good news is, like you said, you can always hand fly. Hold the altitude and hand fly it. Why not? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a... I mean, yeah, it definitely was a money grab. But I don't understand why they needed to kick... I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe they just didn't have any money. Who knows? It's a Chinese company. But so many people are so eager to get their hands on it. And I'm like, okay. You know what? Something like that, I say to myself, I'm going to wait and see. You know, supposedly, I guess it's going to work with SteamVR. If you don't, it works on the Lighthouse cameras. So if you don't have if you have a Vive system, you can use your existing cameras. But if you don't, you got to buy theirs. And I don't know if theirs have ever been proven before. I don't know what it's going to be like setting that thing up. You know, a lot of these VR systems, like when I had the HDK2, I learned the hard way. That was a bear to set up, and every time I used it, every single time I used it, I had to recalibrate it, and it was a pain in the ass. That's why I got rid of it. I mean, it just wasn't worth it. And, you know, I had a relationship with Razer. I was talking to them about it, and I finally just said, you know, I can't do this anymore. It's too much work. And that's my biggest fear with Pimax. That it's all unproven. You know, Oculus and HTC, I've installed both systems. My friend has a Vive and I helped him install it. And they are truly plug and play. It's really pretty much mistake proof. I mean, Donovan, you installed the Rift, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty much mistake proof, right? Something like Pimax, I highly doubt that they're going to have that level of tutorial for installation. And who needs that? So we shall see. The other point of it is that if you have two 4K displays that you have to drive, you need a lot of CPU and GPU power to drive that. Two 4K displays at 90 Hertz. Right? Think about that. A 1080 Ti has a hard time driving one 4K display at 90 Hertz. Right? If you have two 4K displays you got to drive, you're going to need probably two 1080 Ti's. Alright? So if that's the case, that's $1,500 in GPUs right there. That's just GPUs. So you might be looking at like a $2,500 PC to run that Pimax 8K. So anybody that's hyped up about it, they better know that. They're going to have to take a hard look at their hardware. Setting up sensors is the only hard part. Yeah. Oh yeah, 4 sensors. Okay. Yeah, I have 3 sensors, and 3 sensors is fine for me. You know. For anything I do aside from, I mean, Flight Sim you really only needed 2, but 3 sensors was enough for me. I was gonna buy a 4th sensor, and I'm like, I'll just live with the 3. And I've got my 4th sensor mounted on on the wall on a surveillance camera mount. It works out pretty good, actually. No, you don't need 4. I mean, the 4th one covers a turn. You know, a turn. If you're, you know, for that microsecond or half a second when your touch controller is out of view, because your headset's going to generally always be in view with a sensor. Okay, so you got the bundle deals. Well, that was worth doing. You know what I kind of wish that ForeFlight showed you miles to your destination. It shows you minutes. but it doesn't show you miles. But I think I'm gonna have to. How's this thing set up? How's this? Can I see the runway here? Okay, I see how it goes. Okay. The north-south. Oh, okay. I'll check that out then. Cool. I'll check that out because that would be good to have. Because I really don't need accuracy, because it's always 1 meter. I'd like to have distance from, you know, destination. So I'll check that out. What do I do? I click that? Oh, I see. Let me see. So I don't need accuracy. Standard. Well, I'll deal with this later. I don't want to fiddle with it now. Pretty easy. Alright, so I'm going to get on the ground here and see if I can pick up another flight. Another 100-mile flight. Alright, 24 miles, 5 minutes away. Now, I don't have ortho up here because I haven't gotten here. But I tell you what, I'm almost done with the whole East Coast from the Mississippi east in ortho. Almost. I got a little ways to go, but I got a big chunk taken out, which is pretty cool. So I think I have a 1,000-mile range on a full tank of gas on this plane. So I was actually thinking about doing like one 600-mile flight. You know, just like loading it up with gas and flying it, you know. Alright, we got 17. I got to come in from the north here, so I'm just going to kind of angle this way a little bit. Alright, autopilot is off. so this is going to be probably over there. Alright, we'll find it. It should be right in front of us. Seven miles out. I should be able to see it. Oh, there it is. Right there. Okay, I got her. Let's start slowing this plane down. Now this would be so hard in 2D, what I'm doing right here. Being able to just peer out like that and see the runway. Just can't do that. I'm moving my whole body and my head to see where I am at. You just can't do that, you know? This is going to be a quick landing here. I'm going to have to slow this plane down really quick. Passengers in the back are like throwing up right now. But good news is we found the airport. We got flaps to full, we got gear down, we got mixture in, we got the control condition in, we got good gas. Although look at our left tank. Look how the left tank is depleted. Second time that's happened when I did a cold start. So that means there's something wrong with my procedure. Look at that. Look at the difference there. Alright, 500 is a small airport. Alright, I don't want to go too slow. And there's no way to transfer between the two tanks, unfortunately. At least that I've been able to find. Whoa. My wire is caught on my pedal. My brake pedal. I have a wire caught on my brake pedal, so I can't push it down. I don't know what the hell I'm pushing. There's something on some kind of wire there. Alright, well that was exciting. Do I have to back taxi here? I think I do. Yeah, I got a back taxi. There's no taxiway. Alright, back taxi. The podunk little airport. Let's get our gear up. God bless me. Oh, sorry guys. Alright, now we're going to figure out what the hell's wrong. I'm just going to back taxi here because this is a pretty narrow... But we got here safe and sound. But look at that tank. So that left tank would have definitely depleted before the right tank. Let me just take a look at the auxes here. Yeah, so this one bad thing about this plane is that it depletes the aux tanks before it works on the main tanks, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. So right there it shows me that my left tank would have been history. Now that's only happened when I cold and darked. So that means it's something I'm doing wrong. It's definitely something I'm doing wrong. I'm going to have to check out my procedures and figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. Yeah, this is a back taxi airport. All right, let's do our turn around here. Actually, I probably want to get a little further. We're going to need a little bit more room. Stop right here. What I'm doing there is just holding down the right brake, the left brake. Oop. Get back in the plane here so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Alright. Well, I don't know why I'm doing all this stuff. I'm just going to restart this anyway. So let's do this. Set parking brake. Set parking brake? No? No?
Parking brake set.
Alright, thank you. Alright. Let's get our money from FSEconomy. Boom, that's good. Let's just see. Log. Alright, we made $3,800. Not bad. Okay, so we are at CER 3. Let me see what you guys have to say here. Hold on. Distance, destination. I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, I could see that. No, I know. I put the passengers through a bit of a bit of a scare there. But here, I'm gonna restart. While I'm gonna restart X-Plane. Yeah, I'm gonna restart X-Plane. No. Let's see if I could do this. Flight configuration. Start with engines. Change this. Doing a CER 3. Customize. I want to go to there. I'm restarting this with the engines running. Set parking brake. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes already set.
Okay. Now let me just look. I want to look at something here. Here, I'm going to put the X-Plane insert here so you guys can see. Let me pull up this autopilot and let me see how this is configured. Now, I don't see this any different than what I had it before. ACT, HSI, TTG. I don't understand what I did wrong. Chipset was set to normal, or this, not chipset, CMP set, whatever it is. Anyway. Alright, well, we'll figure out that mystery at some other point. Let's go to... let's see, let's go to FSEconomy. Let me see what we got here. So we are at here. We want to go south. I'm going to 330. That's a lot. That's a long way. I don't know if we can even carry that much. Probably could. I think I'm just going to pick a place on the map and fly. Unencumbered. Let's see, what's this guy here? Pick something major like a blue. CYLL. Let's see what kind of CYLL. Oh, we'll be able to take, we'll have some stuff we'll be able to take southeast, which is good. Actually, there's a lot there, so that's a good place for us to go. So let's do that. Let me go to here. I'm going to replace this with CYLL. So we got, ooh, that's a long way. 330, that's a long way. I don't want to fly that far. What do we got in here? ZVL. So ZVL, let's take a look at ZVL. Alright, we don't have much there, so let me see if there's anything else that we can what's this guy? YZU. YZU. It's got 19 passengers going due east, which I could take on the next round. That probably would work out. Let me just see that. So that would be CYZU. CYZU. And that's 125, and then I would go to probably this guy here, CYOD. CYOD. Let's see where that would take us. That would be a little bit north, but that's okay. Could make a decent buck and work our way down. All right, so that's probably going to be our next two legs. We'll hit this leg here. Let me see if I can pick up a GPS point here. Sometimes there's not too many around here. Nope. Alright, we'll just fly straight into it because it looks like we'll be able to pick it up. So that's what we're going to do. Cool. So let's go. Let's see. We're going to go. I have to rent the plane again. We're not going to be carrying any passengers, unfortunately. So that's okay. So my flight, what do I got? I have 143 gallons of gas. I'm going, well, I'm just going to put another 300 in it because I'm going to use it, so might as well. I don't like the fact that that tank is, one tank is down, so that's good. And then this is going to be our route. So let me pull this up here. Alright, man, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And let me get this up here. We're going to clear flight plan. I just like to do it for good measure. Let's scroll down here. We're going to go to C, Y, oops, Z. White court. Accept. Boom. Okay. Is that right? I hope it's right. Make it a good pop south, which is, or southeast, I should say. So, yeah, remember this is a heads-up map, so let me go over here to my flight plan. Delete this guy. I put in C. Y, D. There we go. It's getting us south. But it's not getting us east. But that's okay. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Load up FSEconomy. Alright, we have no assignments, but we got 300 gallons of gas. Autopilot, we want to go to nav, auto select, vertical speed, go up 1,000 feet per second. Alright, good to go. Let's see, let's check our... Where do we have to be? Let me get the sectional up here. Just looking at the... I don't have the Canadian sectional. So I'll have to figure this out on the sky vector. So we are at, okay, spike of 3474. Oops. Not that bad. White cord, 2500. So I'm going to set it to 7. I should be good at 6600. We'll just keep her where she is. And we're all loaded up, ready to go. Flaps to 1. Pitot heat on. Tank's good. Passengers loaded. GPS, we're on GPS. Hopefully everything will work this time. And let's get the hell out of here. And rotate. Gear up. Positive rate, flaps up. And let's give her a turn here. I'm going to have to watch one of John Fly's streams of when he did a cold and dark on the 1900 and see if he had the same GPS problems that I had. Or he's probably smart enough where he figured out the right way to do it. Alright, get our autopilot on. And now we are good to go. Be a quick ride, 15 minutes looks like, so. But it just gets us a little bit closer to home. Little bit closer to home. Yeah, I have to figure out what I'm doing wrong. I have to figure it out. I don't know what the hell it is. But it is frustrating. It sure is frustrating. I tell you what, I might take this next trip too. What the hell? We'll go from CYZ to Cold Lake, Alberta. I feel like flying tonight. It's 19 passengers. I'll make $6 grand. It'll get me closer. Oh, what am I doing? Am I flying north? Oh. That's really stupid, man. That is so stupid. What was I thinking? Wait a second. What? It doesn't... Wait a second. Wait, whoa. What? Why does this... I don't understand. I got my directions all wrong here, man. Why does this show me? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Oh, I know what I did. Oh, man. All right, hold on. All right, we got to go back to where we were. I screwed up here. Totally screwed up. I totally screwed up. This is my confusion of, sorry, I gotta kill this. Alright, I totally screwed up here. Alright, here, hold on a second. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I did it from the... I figured my flight plan from the previous location, which was really stupid. So let's do this. That's not what I want. I'm at CER3, right? Here I am now. All right. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I want to go like there. Okay. Or maybe there. Let me check these out. Okay. That's probably too far. That's 180 miles. I could go here. So let's see what CYLL has. I got to do this all again. Dumb. CYLL. Alright, CYLL. If I get there, I can take these guys. I got plenty of options going southeast. So that's where I'm going to go. CYLL. Alright. So let's go to CYLL. Let's see what that takes us. Beautiful. That's what I want. So we're at CER3, right? Got totally confused there. We're going to go to CYLL, right? CYLL. I was frustrated, probably because, not making an excuse, I was stupid. Wasn't even thinking right. Then I could take these guys, or I could take these guys. I'd probably do this one. It's a long trip. Alright, that's probably what I'll do. But anyway, that's where we're going to go. Alright, so let me change this. So we're at CER3. We're going to CYLL. But what? What the hell am I doing? Now that makes sense. Going straight across there like that. Beautiful. So, FSEconomy. Gotta rent this guy again. Go to my flight. Got 300 gallons. I corrected my stupidity. And now we can take off. Let's load up FSEconomy. I'm gonna put my flight plan in. We're going to what? Menu delete flight plan. We're going to C. Y. L. L. Accept. Pull this up. Menu, activate leg. Boom, flight plan. Boom. We're good to go now. Make sure we're on CDI, which GPS, which is good. And we got in progress. And let's just get this out of here. All right, corrected that mistake. Flaps to 1. Oh, let's set our autopilot. Nav, auto select, vertical speed, 1000. 6600. All right, let's rev up and get the hell out of here. Release brakes. Tanks are good. At least I caught the mistake before I got there. I'm like, why the hell am I going north? It's because when I was using SkyVector, flaps, gear up, flaps up.
500.
Autopilot on. What happened was when I was using SkyVector, I was using the first departure airport instead of where I was. I don't know. Somehow I screwed it up. But anyway, I'm going the right way now. Well, that would have cost the company millions of dollars, or hundreds of thousands, or tens of thousands of dollars, or whatever, and pissed off the passenger. Although I don't have any passengers, so I don't have to worry too much about that. This will be 173 miles, so this will be the last flight. It's like, why am I going north? Oh. No, I didn't figure out the problem. I figured out that I was going north. I had a bad flight plan. I had to restart. No, I didn't figure out the problem. I'm gonna have to read and figure it out, or watch a couple of videos and figure out how to set that up. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's the second time it happened, so that means it's something to do with my procedure. So, and I got that procedure from a guy I watched start up the B1900D, which I'm gonna watch that again. Maybe I missed something. I was watching it and I took notes, so we shall see. But anyway, we're heading to Lloydminster, Alberta, right now. Getting closer. But I am gonna at some point here have a real long one, maybe on Saturday. We'll see. Actually, Saturday's Christmas Eve, so probably not Saturday. But at some point, I'm gonna have a long one because. I kind of want to get this thing over in like about 4 or 5 episodes, so I can get the plane in at LaGuardia. Because LaGuardia is a really good place to have a B1900D. And there's one there now that's out of service, and that's the only one there. So I could basically be the only one at the airport, which would be really, really good. Take a look at that while we're... Just make sure we get the altitude. And then we'll take a look. I'll show you LaGuardia. We're going to fly at 6,600 here. Now we're already past the Rockies. The place I bought this plane was west of the Rockies, so my first flight I flew over the Rockies, which I guess they're called the Rockies up there, I would assume. In any event, I flew over those Rockies, which I've actually driven through, believe it or not. I drove through those Rockies in British Columbia like in the late 80s. Yeah, late 80s. My wife and I were in British Columbia. We were driving. We drove from Calgary, visited some family in British Columbia, and then we drove to what do you call it? What's the city out there? Vancouver. It was a long drive, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. All right, so we're at altitude. We're on course. Everything's working good. Let's take a look at LaGuardia. So yeah, I did not figure out the problem, but I will figure out the problem. Let me go here. All right, so LaGuardia. Let's see. I've been there before. Boom, LaGuardia. LaGuardia has some great flights. Bradley, which is in Connecticut. You can take all these passengers, so that's like definitely 19, was it? Yeah, 19 passengers. And you go to Bradley, turn around, 88 miles, bring them back. Good amount of money. New London, Groton, New London, Connecticut, another one, same thing. Okay, this one, Westerly State in Rhode Island, same thing. This guy here, Quonset State in Rhode Island, that's another one. There's so many of these that you can do. If you've got a plane that, you know, this a great plane here, and if you own one, let's see, yeah, there's no King Air C90 here. If you have a C90, I would definitely put it here. But you can see here, there's only one B1900D, and this guy's got 100 hours on his engine, so it's unrentable. You can't rent this, and who knows? Maybe he, you know, this person who owns it, they might not even be into the game anymore. So I know I'm giving up here. Hopefully nobody sees this. It sneaks their B1900D here, but I think this would be a great place to have them. Because I actually was renting the crap out of this one. You can see here, I flew all these flights, and these are all like, you know, short distance flight turnarounds, and you can make a good amount of money. Like in 1 hour, I was turning around like, you know, 12, 13 grand, which is pretty good. So anyway, that's my logic behind going to LaGuardia. Plus, it's in the city, and there's no shortage of work. So it's a good hub. It's a good hub. Look at all these jobs. It's a great hub. So, and it's funny because if you go to Newark, which is right across the river, or even JFK, like here's JFK. And JFK has, well, actually has a decent amount, but nowhere near as many as LaGuardia. Nowhere near. And Newark, that's one. I always forget Newark's code. EWR. Look, Newark is one of the busiest airports in the world. Look how many, there's like no assignments here. That's kind of messed up, right? I mean, barely any planes, and there's no assignments here. Why? I don't understand that. Maybe the person that owns this FBO or whatever just doesn't. I don't know how the assignment. I think the assignments are generated automatically, so maybe it's just not set up to generate. I don't know, but you would think that Newark would have a ton of assignments, but it doesn't. So anyway, that's my logic behind going to LaGuardia. So that's the idea. We're going to get there. Sooner or later, we're going to get there. Yeah, I think the system creates them, Donovan. But you would wonder why one of the busiest airports in the world only has like 20 assignments. It doesn't, you know, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, the 1900D, I'm not, it's not going to be for rent until I get it to LGA because I want to film the series here. So I'm going to fly it across myself, and then, but once I get it into LaGuardia, you can rent it all you want. That's the whole idea. I was thinking about starting a virtual airline, like a group, you know, a group on FSC, but I have to figure out, I don't know really much about how it works, so I've got to figure that out. I think that would be kind of cool to do. Let me just check my status here. I'm going to pull the prop back. I don't like to run the prop full here. We're good on gas. Everything looks open. Let me get the heat on. Heat. Let's check outside. Where's my mouse? There it is. There it is. Ho ho ho. Those snowflakes took forever to do. I remember when I was doing this, I was like halfway through, and I'm like, oh, why did I start this? I got to finish it now. What I like is on the bottom, because they're dark, because it's on like a dark gray thing. They look like they glow in the dark, which is kind of cool. I got another livery planned for this plane. Little different. Little different. We'll see. I'm starting to learn some techniques. I got some new graphics software, so I've got some ideas on a livery that I want to do. See, this is what's cool about VR. Sitting outside the plane and just like looking around, man. That's pretty cool. Just slowly looking around, especially when it's ortho, man. It's pretty awesome. I mean, this is basically, I might have, I think I have mesh here, the HD mesh. I think I do. But anyway. Got a city coming up here, it looks like. Not sure what airport that is, but actually it looks pretty cool. One lone jet there. Doesn't look like it's built out very much. Although I have my autogen on I think I have it on low, just so the frame rates are better. Some airport. Got the God view, which is really cool. Yeah, it would end up, the plane would end up whatever the renter leaves it. Yeah, that's true. But what I'm going to do is when I get it to LaGuardia, I'm going to put a high bonus on it, probably like a $2,000 bonus. So that basically means that if you use it, you got to return it to where it is. Otherwise, you're going to get hit with $2,000. Because what happens is you get charged the $2,000 on the first leg, but when you bring it back, you get that money back. Because I really want it to stay in LGA. So, but yeah, once it's there, wherever you fly it, that's where the plane's going to end up. Alright guys, I'm going to take a 5-minute break here and I'll be right back, okay? Donovan, you said you'd fly at some airport 500 nautical miles away and leave it there just to mess with me. Yeah, well, that's why I put the big. I'm going to put the big bonus on it. But yeah, people do that all the time. I think what people do too is that if they want to fly, if they want their plane to be the only plane at that airport, they'll reposition someone else's plane away from that airport. Now, listen, it's part of the game. It's a game, right? So why not do that? It's kind of part of the game. But I'm just thinking here. I'm going to see if I can set up my what do you call it? Flight for flight. Let's see. Accuracy, rate of turn, vertical speed, nearest barometer, ETE to next waypoint. Well, I want that. Oh, what did I just kill? Oh, I don't want. I want. What am I missing here? Hold on. Altitude. I want altitude. Okay. I don't need accuracy. I need distance to next waypoint. I like that. Vertical speed, track. I definitely want that. Ground speed. I'm going to do here, I want to turn this one to distance to next waypoint. What is that? Distance to next waypoint, and turn this one to ground speed. So the speeds together, the waypoints together, the altitude is there, and the track is there. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it'd be nice if you could have more, but I guess you can't fit them all in there. I guess if I rotated obviously rotated the, what do you call it, I could do that. But that's all I need. I wanted to have that distance to next waypoint. I tell you, ForeFlight's really a cool piece of software. It's got so much more than Flight Plan Go. I haven't had the time, but I want it. There's some really good videos on how to really use it. I'm just using the basics of it. But I'm so glad that I got it. I really am. You know, I was hemming and hawing, being kind of cheap about it, and but I'm glad that I did that. But I realized too that I just busted a Bravo here at Edmonton. That's not good. Wouldn't do that in real life. I'm still in a Bravo. I'm gonna bust the Delta, I guess. It looks like here coming up. No, these are just radar, but I busted a Bravo there. Anyway, it's funny when you listen to oh, you can set up checklists. Yeah, checklists. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Once I figure out, oh, that's a good idea. I can do the checklist for the B1900D once I get the proper checklist. In fact, I wonder if I can import a text file. Let's see, what are you going on? The checklists. No checklist. Tap to add. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. Doesn't have the 1900D. Right, let's just see. Let's do a search. Let's just do 1900. I don't think it's going to be in here. Okay, it doesn't have that. Let's just look at one. Let's see. We fly the 172 Skyhawk G1000. Let's just take a look at that. That's pretty damn cool. Yeah, no checklist for that. I'll have to see if I can find one so I can look at pre-flight inspection. Nice. Or I can look at before starting the engines. Nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. And you can have it right. Oh, that's awesome. Let me see if they've got. So I got that one in there. Let's see if we can add the SR20. Beautiful. Let's take a look at this. Starting engines. So it'd be brakes on hold, Batmaster switches on, strobe lights on, mixture on, rich, power level, full forward. I usually don't do that. Fuel pump to prime, then boost, prop clear. Oh, power lever. Yeah, 1/4 inch. Right. Ignition, start, cranking. Sweet. Let's see if it's got the. Let's see what Cirrus planes they have. Let's do add. And it doesn't have the jet. Okay. Let's see if it has the Eclipse. Eclipse. Nope. 550. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. What's the other one? Like the Seminole. Let's get the Seminole. There it is. The G1000. Oops. Oh, I gotta add it. Add Seminole. This is. I'm glad you told me about this. Oh, I added 2 of them. I don't need 2 of them. Beautiful. I'm glad you told me about that. That's awesome. But I'll have to get one for the B1900D. I wonder if there is. Maybe there isn't one because it's an older plane. I don't know. Sweet. That's sweet. It's so sweet that it's got that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's all G. Looks like it's all GA. It's all. Well, I guess the King Airs aren't GA. It's Cirrus, Diamonds, the D840 I like. Moonies, all the Pipers. Oh, the Robinson R22. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot, but I'll have to search and see if there's a B1900D for the. Oh yeah, right. That's right. There is that. If you go for the Pro upgrade or whatever, that's right. So I've got the basic package. But I'm wondering if you can add your own. Because you can edit them. Oh wait, no. Let's see. Others, passenger brief. I wonder if there's a way to add your own. I have to see. Logbook. It's balances aircraft. I only have one in there. That's cool. Thanks for letting me know about that. That's really cool. Alright, so I'll have to figure that. I'll have to see if I can find one for the 1900D and then turn it in there. Because right now I have it in a text file. First I got to get it right. Once I get the right checklist, then I'll definitely populate it. Donovan, so I guess you have this plane and X-plane as well? Oh, you don't have the 1900? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I still like this plane. The fact that, despite the fact that I can't figure out the proper checklist, in fact, I'm going to search here. Let's do this. Let me show you what we're doing here. Got a little bit of time here. Let's go. Let's see. ForeFlight. B1900D checklist. Oh. ForeFlight checklist. Run through your checklist with ease. Interesting. I mean, this is part of the package. Built-in templates, customize, share checklists, and stay in sync. Gotcha. But I don't see. It says missing B1900D. Let's just do. Let me see if there's a B1900D checklist. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Cockpit prep. Radar's off, idle. Okay, before start, cockpit preparation, battery on. Lead air valves open. Avionics on, radar and GPS standby and on. Well, I don't know where the hell to turn that on. That's what I have to do, right? This is like a simplified checklist. Alright, that's not it. I mean, Carenado does have them, but again, they wasn't very good. I'm sure this is the FS Expert. I'm sure that's not. I'll have to run through that. I think I watched one of these YouTube videos on it. I don't know. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll look online and see if I can find that and put that together. But yeah, it's nice that it's right there in ForeFlight. And what's cool too is that I could start using that when I stream. I could just put the checklist right up there in the upper left, and you guys can see what I'm doing when I'm starting up one of the other, starting up a plane. It's kind of cool. All right, so we got 38 miles, 8 minutes. Getting close. Going to be the last one of the night. Getting closer, and again, I think next time I'm going to do a long trip. Get this beast down there. And once I get to like the Ohio area, I'll have plenty of ortho. In fact, let me show you my ortho. See if I can show you that. There you go. Look at this. That's how much of the East Coast I have done. Pretty amazing, huh? It's a lot. I also have parts of London done. London area. I did all this. I'm going to start flying over there, and it's over 300 tiles now. That's what I've got in Southern Cal, and this is Alaska. and then down here in the Caribbean, I've got Bahamas. I've got a little bit of the BVIs. But yeah, my goal is to get all of the east of the Mississippi. I still got a lot to go. Probably have about, what, 50, maybe 40 tiles left to go. But I think I've got 2.3 terabytes worth of ortho right now. It's just pretty sick. If I fly through Atlanta, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna fly through Atlanta. Oh, you mean, yeah, I do some trips down there, like Charlotte to Atlanta and stuff. PKD, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Because there are some good FSEconomy routes out of Charlotte. There's some nice, like I found some nice triangle hops that you can do, where you can do them. They're like total of like 180 miles, and you can make about like 18 to 20,000, which is pretty good. Trying to build up the FSEconomy empire. Oh, it is? Okay. Well, Atlanta's the busiest in the country, right? So it makes sense that that would be busy as well. All right, back in the plane here. Let's see. We got 22 miles. We're doing this straight in here. Put good on. Yeah. See, no, my tanks are fine now. I got something different here. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I would like to do cold and dark, you know. It's kind of fun to do it that way. But not at the expense of not having navigation.
Destination AWAS is 128.55.
Why does it say term? What does that mean, term? Or T, is it term? I don't understand what that means. What's our AWAS? 128.55. Setcom 1, 128.55.
Com 1 set to 128.5.
Setcom 1, 128.55.
Com 1 set to 128.55. Lloydminster Information, Quebec. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 10, dew point -25. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runway 08, departing runway 08. Advise on initial contact, you have Quebec.
PDK is a lot of private and corporate.
Lloydminster Information, Quebec. 2000 Zulu weather.
Alright, we don't need you anymore.
Wind calm.
Alright, let's see if we can. We got 12 miles out. Let's see if we can spot our runway. Yep. There she is, right there. Let's get to it. All right. Let's fly her by hand. What I really have to get into is like the RNAV approach signal procedures and stuff. I really need to learn more about that in my flight planning. That's one of the things on the to-do list. So much to learn. Which, as I always say, is the good thing about it, right? There's a lot to learn. Right, we're cycling back to power here. Slowing the bird down. Bringing her down. Passengers are like, why are we dropping so fast? Because the captain wants to get home and a beer. Alright, let's, we are 3.5 miles out. Start to slow this plane down even further. Flaps. Gear down. Gas is good. Undercarriage is down 3 green. Mixture is in. Well, not mixture. Condition is in and prop is in, and we aren't final. Left flaps are full. Start to slow this plane even further. Little high coming in. There's 500 coming to 500.
500.
And that's how you do that. That's the only taxi point, so we're gonna have to hang a Louie here. Flaps up. Clear the active. Right there. And we'll taxi over to wherever. Not a lot of places to go here, so we'll just go right over here. Small little bumpkin kind of airport. Tell you what, I gotta say, I'm definitely getting the hang of the rudder pedals, which is good. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Alright, shut her down. Finish our flight. Oops. Subscription required. Oh, because I'm in Canada. Okay. Alright, beautiful. So now in FSEconomy, yeah, I've got to learn SIDS and stars too. Yeah, I do. I have to learn all that stuff. But there's a lot to learn and not a lot of time to learn it. So anyway, so let's see where we are here. So final recap. We are at CYLL, which is right here. Hold on. No. Over here. Boom. CYL. So we still have. Let's put us here. CYLL. Get rid of this guy. And we still have 1,600 miles. Oh, we made a big dent. I mean, you know, started out with 2,100. Now we got 60. We were somewhere over here when we started. I think right here, actually, Smithers is where we started. So we've made a pretty good pop. Almost 500 miles. But you can see we still got a long way to go. So my next trip, I'd like to maybe get like around here somewhere. We'll see. Let's see if I can get a long one. But not bad, not bad. So anyway, again, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Donovan, thanks for hanging and talking, keeping me company. I appreciate it. Always good to chat with you. Donovan runs the VR Aviators Discord, so if you want to check that out, join the VR Aviators Discord. Please do, and some good chat there on configuration and VR flight and all that stuff. So make sure that you, yeah, right. Why does the line curve? The Earth is flat. You're one of those flat believers? I don't think so. But anyway, yeah. So Donovan does a great job. He runs the Discord, and we're getting more and more people on there. So let's get that going, and maybe at some point we'll do like a live Discord when I'm streaming or something. That'd be kind of cool to do, like a voice Discord or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But in any event. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that like button and subscribe button and the little bell icon, and you'll get notifications. And follow me on Twitch too, and you can take part in these chats as we continue the quest to get this beast to LaGuardia. So, yeah, clearly you like the chat. That's true. But thanks for watching, guys, and Donovan and everybody else, and guys, have a great evening. Take care.